So good morning and welcome to the third day of online internship program 2020. Hope you all are geared up to attend the third session. Let me brief you about the house rules. At the end of every day talk, there will be a question answer session. Participants can send their questions in chat box. Our team is monitoring chat box for your communication. At the end of every session, the quiz link will be provided on your mobile or mail. You have to submit the quiz every day, and all those who have missed can also do the quiz or try the quiz till 17th of June. To get the certificate at the end of the webinar program, your daily attendance is mandatory. The last day, the last and interesting point about the reward is every morning the star performance of previous session will be declared. Our generous entrepreneur alumni have planned for lucky draw and Amazon gift pack for you, provided you attend all the sessions. So stay tuned and be the winner. Our resource person for today is Mr. Rajesh Solanki, who will orient us about the entire process of electrical and instrumentation execution from calibration, erection, and commissioning. Before I invite Mr. Rajesh Solanki, let me give you a brief introduction of this dynamic entrepreneur. Mr. Rajesh Solanki, Managing Director and founder of Miraj Instrumentation Service Private Limited, and also President of Sneha Bandha Alumni Association, BPM's Polytechnic Thane. With his in-depth knowledge and credential, he started his business way back in 1995, and today Miraj is one of the leading service providers in electrical and instrumentation service in India. Mr. Rajesh Solanki is a result-oriented and a leader to execute work in almost all states in India and more than 12 countries across the globe. Miraj has offices in Abu Dhabi, Oman, Bahrain, Kazakhstan, Bangladesh, and Nigeria. Under his dynamic and visionary guidance, Miraj is having qualified trainer team of engineers and managers and having more than 1,000 workmen and 200 staff working at various locations all over India and abroad. Miraj has been rewarded and recognized by many awards. Some of them are Udyog Bharari Award, Udyog Shri Award, National Award, Star Performance, Top Performance, and so on. We are indeed privileged to have you, sir, on our panel. Once again, a warm welcome to Shri Rajesh Solanki. Over to you, sir.
Namaste. This is Rajesh.
Stop sharing, Rajesh, so that you can share now. Thank you.
Yeah. I will share in a few minutes screen sharing. Before that, friends, thank you very much for participating in this webinar. Actually, I would like to tell you that this is these unfortunate conditions we are having this internship in this way. But I am 100% sure. Generally, if you go to the factory also, you will not going to get proper training because people don't give the permission for the students to see the factory properly. You are just wasting the time basically, even that also. I am 100% sure this webinar will give you more benefit than actually visiting the factory. That is my guarantee to you. Only you have to take. We are ready to give you whatever you want. In your hand what you want to take and how much you want to take. So I will request you to take the entire benefit of this all webinar series. We have brought all the top people who have the best knowledge of the industry. And of course, we understand you are in the second year, we will not go at the deepest level. We want the basic information of the industry we want to give to you. Today we're going to speak about you know that India has been recognized for the service industry, and service industry is contributing the major role in the job providing, and we are a part of the service industry. And I will particularly like to inform the students who are basically want to make good career in the life, but not much interested in the studies, because not everyone is interested in studies, but everyone want to make more money, everyone want to become successful. Successful and study are different things. You have to do the study, there is absolutely no doubt about it, but it doesn't mean that if you don't get full marks, 90% marks or 95% marks, you will not going to become successful. the line what and particularly the services what I am going to tell you here, you don't require to be a ranker. You don't require to be a 90% holder. Of course, 90% person who have 90%, he can also become, he will become more successful. Of course that, but the person who are having 50%, but he is have positive attitude, he have the right attitude and have the basic knowledge, can become very much successful in this industry. And persons who are interested in working abroad in Gulf, no, the particular nowadays situation is difficult, but when you will come out of the engineering after 1 or 1.5 years, I'm sure the situation will be normal. And the maximum jobs, abroad jobs are there in the Gulf countries. And the topic today is that the services what we are providing, the maximum opportunity with these services, you will get the opportunity to work in the Gulf. And majority jobs are available through these services. So that was my intention. Therefore, you take this webinar very seriously and grasp it whatever maximum you can. We will start with our session with the presentation. I will give you this thing detail. Screen sharing. No? Yes. I'm sharing the screen. Hope you can see it.
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is our company, Mirage Instrumentation Services, and we are into electrical and instrumentation execution. The name of our today's session is entire process of electrical and instrumentation. ENI means electrical and instrumentation execution, from calibration, erection, commissioning, and of course testing also. Electrical testing also. It is not mentioned there, but it is electrical testing also. Next slide. See, many of the people understand the term construction. Construction means they understand that the civil construction, building construction, but it is not like that. Construction means in industry, construction where it is particularly this ENI services been used. Of course, it is used into the residential buildings also, in the malls also. But where we are into the industrial construction. Industrial construction means what? The industry, there are various companies, refineries, power plant, fertilizer plant, chemical plant, cement plant, steel plant, and various other plants. Any manufacturing industry, any manufacturing company which is coming up, they require different construction services, including civil, mechanical, electrical, instrumentation. And further, there are other services are also there, like PA system is there, then what do you call, gas detector systems are there, those are also there, but majorly these are divided into these four, what I explained you already. And even pharmaceutical companies, petrochemical companies, you name it, and all these companies required it. Our next, how this happened, now how the process is being done. Any company which is like, you understand that many refineries are there in India. The big plant, Reliance is there, very big plant of steel plants are there. Mittal was planning to have a big plant. Like that, whenever anyone want to put the plant, they don't have the knowledge, basically. They have the money, they are the investors. What they do, then they hire the people, they hire the engineering companies. These engineering companies can provide you the detail engineering jobs. There is a huge requirement of detail engineering. Of course, it is not, again, I will not say it is high level, but it is a white collar job, not high level knowledge, but basic knowledge. That's why we call basic engineering and detail engineering. In this, what we do, we are basically electrical and instrumentation engineers. Actually, we are supporting engineering services. Means what? Whenever the plants are coming, plants are basically to manufacture something where we require the chemical engineers. They are designing the process. They decide how the manufacturing will going to be. And we are supporting instrumentation, electrical are supporting. Means what? Particularly chemical wants that they want the temperature to be like this, pressure to maintain up to that certain level. And we guide them. Okay, if you want this much temperature, you should use these instruments. You should use this type of instrumentation, this type of motor you have to use for this much. You have to suck this type of material, and this type of suggestion is given by electrical and instrumentation engineers to the process engineers, and that is been mentioned into detail engineering. Detail engineering we require. Then we do how much cable, because all these signals are passed through the cables. then how much cable will required, how much this cables is being laid for that, how much cable tray and other hardware required. Then again, there are panels, there is a control room. From control room, it has been monitor entire plant. Then this detail engineering, that is the first thing, that everything is mentioned on paper. All this detail is mentioned on the paper. Then this detail engineering people, what they do, they give this all this data, all this drawing to the instrumentation and electrical service provider. Of course, detail engineering also service provider, but we are basically at the field level. Means we are basically, you can say, electrical instrumentation contractor also and service provider also. What is our job? When the drawings are coming, then we actually, our team goes to the field. Field means what? It is a land, basically open land. It has been land acquired by the government or the private industry. And there we see the location. Then we see, we do the site survey. Why do we do the site survey? We see where is the location, how the people can come, where the people can stay, how the transportation can be arranged, how the accommodation can be arranged, whether the resources like the for the construction are available locally, or we'll have to arrange from some other place or bigger cities, and how much time it will take. And accordingly, we make the plan, how much time it will take to execute our total entire project. It may vary, depend on the plan to plan, 6 months to 2 years, 4 years, 3 years also. Bigger plants are taking 3 years. Now, of course, because of the modern technology, now the duration has reduced. Now everyone wants the fast results. Therefore, big, even refineries they are completing in 2 or 2.5 years time. And instrumentation, electrical parts, you will say, generally it varies from small plants completed in 2 or 3 months also, and bigger plants 1.5 years and sometimes 2 years also. Of course, some because of some delays, sometimes it goes to 4 and 5 years also, but that is not the time required. Basically, that is delays are due to some other aspects. Then site preparation. What is the site preparation? Site preparation means many times where the site is not in the level, it is sometimes then that we have to make the leveling where we're going to put our office, porta cabins, because the temporary office, though it will going to run it. And of course, when you say temporary, they also require it for 2 years or 1.5 years. Then we send the porta cabins. Then sometimes we construct the labor camps to stay the laborers there. We make the arrangement for water, electricity and everything. That is the site preparation. And then site mobilization. What is the site mobilization? Every preparation is done, then actually our people goes to the site, because initially only our admin person and the 2-3 persons are going and they are doing the site preparation work. Then site mobilization time we require the basic the core team of engineers. Then the storekeeper is required. Of course, then he decide the site store size, depend on the whatever quantum of work is there. Then we decide what size of store is required. Then the safety is, of course, security is also required. Then site offices and all this preparation, and these people, key people like quality engineers, planning engineers, safety engineers, and the project managers. These people are there. Of course, see, all these are engineers. All these are electrical and instrumentation engineers. Only that's why I'm telling. This is the services which give job opportunities, because all type of people are required. Quality engineers are required. Site lead engineers are required. Only role is different, but qualification is the same. Some manager, therefore managerial capabilities are very much essential in this. And then material, we also the other team which required in the office, they see the material procurement process. For this project, many materials are required. How much time it will take the procurement? These are also engineers. They check the specification provided by the detail engineering team, and the actual specification available in the market, whether there is change, they take the approval from the person who had done the detail engineering, and they see the how much time it will going to take the delivery time. It takes in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Accordingly, they plan, and accordingly, it has been order has been made. Of course, all this again, this in offices, contract manager is required. Contract managers also require the assistants. They are all engineers, instrumentation and electrical. Again, the purchase, all purchase also are engineers, electrical instrument. They are also white collar job. They are sitting in the office. They are not in the field, but they are they are supporting. They are remotely managing the sites, and they are supporting the site team for all this material. And then come the project execution team. What is the project execution team? Then I told you the key teams, and after that there are after then the field workers are there. Field workers, what is there? Project manager, site engineer, then supervisors, foreman. Sometimes the supervisors and foremen are also diploma engineers. and technicians also, sometimes ITI technicians. It depends on the experience. It is not only on the qualification. That's why I'm telling. Capability, attitude, and your interest, it takes you to any level. You can be the CEO of any big company. If you can be the CEO with the diploma qualification, you can be the CEO of a 10,000 crore company also. With the, if you take this diploma seriously, you whatever study is there, whatever books are there, if you study thoroughly, I am very much sure you don't require. Even I have done only diploma. I have not studied for the. Of course, I have done the read the books after that, but I have not actually taken any other degree. Whatever knowledge was shortage, if I felt that this book is required to be read, I read that book. Then supervisors are there, foremen are there, then construction and safety team is there. Construction teams is involved with instrument technicians, instrument or electrical technicians, fitters, electricians and welders. You will surprise why we are electrical and instrumentation engineers. We are putting electrical and instrumentation services. Why we required fitter? Why we required electricians and why required welders? It is interesting. But why I'm telling you? Because when you are putting up a control room, engineers cannot hold this control panel. These are heavy panels. They cannot hold the transformers, MCC rooms. These are, and of course the tray work, cables. These are heavy cables. Electrical cables are very, very heavy. Even many times around team of 30 to 40 people required to lay these cables, because those are heavy cables and that takes days to in a day. Sometimes these heavy cables only 1,000 meter or 500 meter they able to run, and small cables they can run up to they can lay up to 4,000 meters also. But these people, fitters, what they do, fitters do the they install these panels, because the fitters are trained for that. They install the cable trays. Of course, in these fitters also there is a specialty. Some fitters will do only tray work. Some fitters are specialized in bus duct activity. Some fitters are specialized into panel installation, and some in instrumentation. There is a specialized field like tubing work. That it is called as a tube fitters. They are specialized in doing tubing work. What is tubing work? You know, these instruments where the hookup is required. This hookup means what? Where the process line is going on, process pipeline is going, whatever chemicals and whatever process is flowing, from there we have to take the tap, and that tap, a small tube is coming to the instruments, which is that is the connection between the actual process line and the instruments. So that is being done through this tubing, and that same pipeline flow at pipeline pressure is being it is sensed by the instrument by this tubing. That tubing work is done by fitters. Then what engineers and electricians, they are guiding, under their guidance these fitters are doing, because they don't know how much slope is to be there, whether it has to be vertical side, whether it should be down to, it depends on the liquid, or whether it is a solid, liquid, or which form of liquid, how much is the viscosity, depend on that the slope is been decided. That is there in third year you will be able to understand. In third year syllabus in instrumentation it is there. And same thing about transformer. Then transformers, heavy transformers are there. We require the specialized fitters for that, and the scaffolders also required, because it is going to work with safety. And welders are there. Welders also, there are three types of welders: normal welding, then organ welding, and then this even bus duct welding. There are aluminum welders are there, and depend on that, sometimes these welders are earning more than engineers. This is very, very important. All these works, any work is not less. Means if you feel that, oh, it is normal welder, but he the welder, and there are some welders who are working doing the pipeline welding. Of course, there is a different subject. They are earning even much more, sometimes more than even the managers. Then cable pullers, riggers, scaffolders, and their assistants are there. These are the helpers. Helpers, they are assisting the fitters and electricians and whatever the work is there. And these assistants, generally in construction industry, assistants, if the work for 2 years or 3 years, then he gathers the knowledge. He becomes fitter. Sometimes even without having any technical qualification, without having any ITI or anything, he can become a better fitter, better electrician, better welder. And in India particularly, I will say 70% of the workers are basically, they become electrician, fitters in construction. I'm only talking about the site construction. They are basically, by the experience, they gain this knowledge and they become skillful. Madam, other things. I will see this presentation, today's presentation, we are divided into two parts basically. This part I have explained you, and other along with me, Aditi madam is there. She is our contract manager, and she has having vast experience in the field. Also, she worked into the maintenance also, project also. She has done the contracting and purchase everything. So I request her to give the next presentation, and again I will come back after. Please sit. Aditi,
sir. Welcome all. Okay, sir has give a brief introduction about our industry. We'll quickly look into the services, E&I services, and what all services are included in electrical and instrumentation. So as the slide, as mentioned in the slide, it's installation of different electrical equipments, like you must have studied about transformers, then bus ducts. Bus duct is a prefabricated electrical distribution system. It's with the use of metal sheet. It's consisting of bus bars in a protective enclosure. Bus bar, what is bus bar? Bus bar is a metallic strip or bar which carries the current. Either the MOC, like material of construction, is either copper or aluminum, typically housed inside any switchgear or busway or the bus duct, which carries a local high current power distribution. For power distribution, it is used. Then installation of power and lighting systems, switch yards, motor control centers, HT and LT cable laying works. So HT is high tension cable laying, which is used mainly in power transmission and its distribution. And LT is generally used in the applications where the low voltage levels are 1.1 kV. Beyond 1.1 kV, the LT cables are being used. The ratings are like from like 3.3 kV or 11 kV and more than that also. Cables are generally manufactured in the length of 500 to 1000 meters. So this is one type of a work. Then next activity is installation of various instruments. So instruments like monitoring instruments and or control instruments for various parameters which are being used depending on the application at the project site, which may be which can be pressure, level, flow, temperature, etc. And the next activity involves the hardware installation. Hardware installation is a important part of E&I construction, which includes cable trays. We'll study about it little. Conduits, junction banks, air headers, and small nut bolts too. Hardware installation. Earthing or grounding work, which is this is a very important for all the electrical system. Actually, as it prevents the damage to the system by preventing excess current from running through it, like running through the circuit. And the grounding also keep the people safe while working on it. So the people working on it will not, if at all earthing is properly done, then you'll not get a electric shock, if at all any leakage current is there. So next activity is calibration and testing of instruments and valves. As sir informed, many types of valves are being used in instrumentation, like control valves, on-off valves, safety valves, and various types are there. Then testing of motors is the other activity. Instrumentation, tubing and piping work, as sir just informed, and the commissioning services. These are the services which are there included in the total E&I services. So cables. Cables actually are, there are numerous type of cable, various types are there, which are being used in the industry, but majorly we can distribute in HT cable. As I just informed you, the voltage rating according to that HT cable, LT cable, shielded and unshielded cable. So high voltage where high voltage is there, the electrical cables are there. For instrumentation, the shielded and unshielded cables are being used. So you can see on the slide the pictures too and the difference between it. So this is one more slide for the cable laying and tray work. Yeah, it's a ladder type tray. So we'll quickly see what is cable tray. So cable trays actually are like they're used to securely fasten or support the cables used for any purpose, like for power distribution, controlling, or communication. And the cables are laid on the cable trays. Cable trays, they are made up of either GI, that's galvanized steel, aluminum, or FRP, that is fiber reinforced plastic. There are two basic type of trays which have been used in the industry. That is, one is ladder tray and the perforated tray. So, ladder tray has two side rails connected by rungs and are generally used for heavier cables. So heavier cables are generally used in electrical. So in electrical, generally ladder trays are used for heavier cables. Whereas a perforated tray are prefabricated structures consisting of a ventilated bottom with a side rails, which are generally used to carry signal cables. So in instrumentation, generally perforated trays have been used, and just show the picture of it. You can see the slide. Here, the ladder trays are shown. Two side rails are joined by the rungs, and the perforation you can see in the perforated. Next activity is glanding and termination. So what is a gland? Gland is basically it's a termination device. When you lay the cable lands are used for sealing and termination of cables. So they are also used to avoid ingress of particles or flammable gases into any, like if the cable is terminated in a junction box, so it will avoid any unwanted particle or a flammable gas to enter into the panel or a junction box. So this is the cable gland, and this is you can call it as a glanding. This is also, you can see it's a glanding work. You can see the JB, tray, and the cables and the glands. This is also activity, as I informed, is a transformer installation. It's a heavy transformer capacity.
This was around 350 MVA.
350 MVA was the capacity. Is a
Libya. This has been done in Libya.
Yeah, this particularly this transformer was installed in one of our like project in Libya, and this is the bus duct installation. Bus duct I just informed you in our earlier slide. This is a panel installation. This is a MCC panel installation. Okay, now coming to the installation of instruments. So as I said, various instruments are there which are used to monitor and control different parameters like pressure, temperature, level, flow, vibration, and many more. So the basic measuring instruments include pressure gauges, then temperature gauges, sensors like temperature sensors like RTDs and thermocouples. You must have studied about, I think temperature sensor, you must have studied about it. But RTDs are used to measure the lower ranges of the temperature, and for higher temperature ranges, we can use thermocouple. Again, there are many different combinations, and depending on that, many different types are there for thermocouples too. It will be in there in your detailed study in your book of EMC, I think. Then transmitters. Transmitters actually they are used to transmit the signal which is received from the sensor further for monitoring and control purpose. Like if at all a temperature in a vessel is to be displayed somewhere, so the sensor will sense the temperature, say a vessel, and it will transmit that signal to an indicator which is installed anywhere in the plant. It will show the temperature. In a control room too. So a smart transmitter accepts milliamp signal or millivolt signal from the sensors for further processing. So these are the transmitters and controller. You can see the installation in the plant. Then like in any process industry, PNID, that is piping and instrumentation diagram, is used as a primary schematic drawing for laying out a process control installation. PNID, it shows the interconnection of different process equipment and the instrumentation used to control the process. So this is PNID. And the instruments which we were discussing about, the instruments are installed as per the hookup drawing. Hookup drawing is provided. There are different tags for each instrument, and for each tag there is a standard drawing which is known as a hookup drawing, that how that instrument is to be installed in the plant or in the site, at the site, in the correct manner, so that it will operate properly. So the hookup drawing, it shows the length of the pipe or tube which is to be installed, number of instrument fittings to be installed with the instrument, the weld joint, the type of the joints, and material of construction, many more. So this is the control and safety wall installation. You can see this is a safety wall and these are the control walls. This is SS tubing work. Sir has described about this.
Hookup, it is a part of it.
It's a part of hookup. Yeah, of course. Yeah, for this particularly, fitters are required for tubing, instrument tubing. Then the main activity is calibration of instruments. So what is calibration? You must have studied. It's checking the accuracy of any measuring instrument by just comparing it with any standard, like standard instrument. We call it as a master instrument. And many a times if the output is not proper or if it is not working properly, the alignment is being done. And it is like in the comparison with the standard. So few of the master instruments usually used in the industry are the deadweight tester, and digital pressure calibrators, which are used for pressure calibration. Then temperature baths and universal calibrators are used for temperature calibration. So control walls and safety walls, as I shown you in an earlier slide, they also need to be calibrated before running, coming in the process line. So next activity is electrical testing. Electrical testing is an extremely broad term that covers many areas actually. Start from the inspection of the system, wiring continuity test, insulation resistance test, performance test of any equipment, earth resistivity test, relay test, panel testing, MCC panel testing, then transformer testing, motor testing. These are the few types of the testing. And for the testing part, basic measuring instruments used is a multimeter. You all must be aware of the multimeter. It is an volt, ohm, milliammeter, which combines several measurement functions in one single unit. Typical multimeter can measure voltage, current, and resistance. Insulation tester is an instrument used for the measurement of resistance. The device is basically used for verifying insulation, electrical insulation level for any device, such as motors, then generators, cables, windings. And the third is a tongue tester. Tongue tester is an instrument used for the measurement of current. It's an instrument with jaws, like a type of a structure to it, which can accommodate like conductor or cable into it. The jaws can be opened from one side, and then you can measure the current flowing through the conductor, which is placed inside the tongue tester. So there are many high-end testing instruments also which are used in the industry. Loop checking. So loop checking is a process that confirms the components are wired correctly and also helps to ensure that the system is functioning as designed. Loop is working or not, it's been checked. That is the last step. The loop checking checks the connection between each component in the control loop. That is, a control loop consists of a sensor and the process controller and the final control element. So that whether the loop is working in a nice manner, like or right manner, that is being checked in the loop checking. There are two types of loop checking. One is cold loop check Second is hot loop check. So what is the difference between cold loop and hot loop? Cold loop is just a continuity check without powering up, right? Then so that we can check the instruments are connected in a right way. Hot loop check is done after powering up the instrument. It is to check the response of the instrument system by stimulating input to the process, like input to the instrument. So the loop that is known as a hot loop check. Then for our further slide, I'll request Rajesh sir to continue. Thank you.
Yeah, hope the basic, actually we have just given you the basic technical this thing, because we have very limited time and we don't want to give in detail of the technicality of the instruments and what instruments we have used. Therefore, we have just done it in short, because it is a detailed discussion for every instrument otherwise. In in construction safety, nowadays construction safety itself is a big requirement. Basically, many times in the job, the safety manager is having the power more than the in charge of the site. Whoever the site in charge, he to be considered as the topmost boss of the site of the project. But safety in the particularly in abroad, I have seen in Gulf countries, the safety person, safety manager, safety head can remove the top boss also if he say that he is not following his instruction. That much power is given to the safety person. Why this power has been given? Because earlier, about in India also around, I remember around 1995 time, there was safety was not properly managed, and there was many accidents were there. But now in India also safety is been understood, and therefore there are many safety courses are there, safety engineers are required, and there is a lot of requirement of safety persons. Even this after the diploma, just doing 1 year course of safety, you can enter into the safety industry. And the person who have the technical knowledge also, ENI knowledge also, and plus safety knowledge is been preferred, because particularly ENI services. Then mechanical engineering having the safety knowledge also will be preferred into the mechanical safety engineers. So that is this is very important aspect of the, and it is again very much big job opportunities there in this. Safety system is followed at workplace in order to ensure that company activities are not creating occupational health, safety risk, etc. Many ANI services provider international safety standards are there, that is mentioned here. Safe operating procedures are issued and followed. Next slide. The objective avoid are to avoid the accident, and there are basic PPEs are there in every industry. Helmet is there, and then gloves are there, then safety shoes are there, and then coat is there. These are the basic requirements. Next. This is the video. If you can run the video, then they will get the exact idea how the safety has been handled. This is the video of one welder doing. Yes, you might have seen the welders doing the welding in normal workshop, but here when we are working at a site, all these safety items, all these equipment, what he is wearing, safety shield, then how he is doing the welding. This is the instrument support. This is called pedestal. This type of pedestals are generally used to install the instruments, and there is a slight hole you can see there. That is by the anchor fastener. These have been fixed into the wall, and the instrument is mounted. Particular instrument transmitters or any type of transmitter is mounted on this type of this thing. I'm just giving you as a sample how the work is being followed and what is the safety equipment are used basically. Without this, the working is not allowed. The safety person will take the action. Even there are many penalties. Every safety violation there is a penalty. Therefore, I just made this video. You will just feel that how the work is being carried out. And there are various opportunities available for different fields. As I told you in the beginning also, this is the field where you get the maximum opportunities. Even this is the project management. The person who is a good manager, he can, though with only basic knowledge, he can reach it to the top level. I have seen the many people, theoretically, they are not into the deep into the knowledge, but they can reach the top level of the company. They can be the project manager. They can be the whole in charge of the project. And you will say, then knowledge is not required. Of course knowledge is required. The knowledge is required. They can work into the design system. They are also, there is a core importance of the design. They can do the different design, then the softwares and detail engineering. Those people are required. Then planning and estimation, all this planning and estimation itself is a big opportunity. Every company need these engineers. There are so many companies, and every company need, and every job needs, this is a compulsory to have one planning engineer. At least one planning engineer is required for every aspect. Means instrumentation will require one planning, electrical will require one planning, mechanical, civil, and overall the EPC will also have one planning. Therefore, and every company in their office, they require the instrumentation engineer. Now Aditi has explained here. Now she is working as a contract head. Means contract head, the work is of the estimation only. They are doing the estimation of the total project. They are doing the how much hours it will going to take, how much time it will going to take, how much manpower will require. That is there. Then logistics is required. Logistics means, I told you, the person who is sitting in the office and manages the logistics, where the and which site, which project, what material is required. He monitors that and he provides that. Everyone will contact them. There is a team of logistic people in the offices. Therefore, those are also technical people are required. Earlier, people were not technical, people were not available. Therefore, the non-technical people or graduate, any graduate like BA, they were doing the job. But the technical people can handle the job even better way. Then site engineering. Site engineer's job is they are at the field. They do the entire execution. They monitor these fitters, electricians. They are basically supervising and monitoring. Therefore, every person into this field required the management. They require the proper attitude, and of course, hard work is required. See, sincerity and hard work give the proper attitude also. These are their success means no one can stop you from the success. And of course, project execution, there are engineers are required. So this is the vast field, and vast requirement is there all over India also and abroad also. Therefore, with this, actually, I think you got the idea that what is the required to enter into this field, and how the construction of the industry is happen. Means you never have seen the welder working in normal workshop with all this safety. But in this is I have given is a sample welder. But even the all work, all job, even the panel installation, tray fabrication, supports, everywhere these safety standards are handled. Therefore, the work is little different than that. This slideshow we are completed.